Hello and welcome to Missing Miles podcast, a podcast about unsolved cases and missing people. I am Gary Howard, and today we'll be talking about the case of missing Freda Jane Knowshisgun. Searching for a way home to her children ahead of Halloween in 2016 after getting stranded in Washington State, Freda Jane Knowshisgun asked a friend to wire her some money. Minutes later, she vanished from a Walmart parking lot. It's been more than 5 years, and no one has heard from Freda. Why did Freda Jane Knowshisgun leave an online money transfer unclaimed less than 15 minutes after asking her friend to send it? Freda Jane Knowshisgun was a 34-year-old mother of three when she disappeared from a Walmart store in Kennewick, Washington. On October 18, 2016, a member of the Crow tribe, Montana, Freda was close with her large family. Her sister described her as especially gifted and bright, while another reporter described Freda as a smart and fast learner who was working to finish college. At the time of her disappearance, Freda's physical description was as follows: American Indian woman, 5'5", 5'5" tall, approximately 150 pounds, waist length brown hair that was always tied back, brown eyes with a scar on her right elbow, and multiple tattoos. Her children's name on the tattoos between her shoulder blades, Mickey Mouse with a basketball on her right calf and a tiger lily on her right shoulder. The day Freda went missing, Freda was last seen at a Walmart customer service counter in Kennewick, Washington on October 18, 2016. She called a friend to ask her for an online money transfer so she could afford the 740-mile trip back to Crow Agency, Montana, in time to take her kids trick-or-treating for Halloween. Her friend agreed to send her money, but there was a mistake with the spelling of Freda's name, so the friend attempted to correct it. By the time the corrected transfer was sent, less than 15 minutes from the original exchange between the friend and Freda, the Walmart store had closed and Freda was unable to claim the money. The friend called back to confirm that Freda got the transfer, but Freda's phone was no longer in service. That was the last time anyone saw or heard of her. Freda's mother reported her missing on November 14, 2016, after Freda did not show up for her aunt's funeral. In indigenous culture, it is rare to miss a loved one's memorial. A second missing person report was filed December 11, 2016, updating Freda's last name from Nogun to Knowshisgun. Due to judicial confusion among states, tribal, and federal law enforcement agencies, the report of Freda's disappearance was passed from Hardin, Montana to Crow Agency to Bighorn County to the FBI. At first, officials did not believe there was much they could do because Freda was an adult and there was no evidence of foul play. Freda's sister, Frances, thinks they did not take the case seriously because Freda had recently started using drugs and hanging out with new friends. As Frances put it, it seems like they weren't helping at all because she jumped into the wrong crowd. Freda's new friend reportedly were not very cooperative with the investigation, and unfortunately, any leads the FBI may have had not led to finding Freda. Repeat again. Any leads the FBI may have had have not led to finding Freda. So Freda's family continues to wait for the answers, the way many indigenous families are forced to do. According to a 2019 article in the Independent Records, indigenous makes up 6.7% of Montana's population, but 20% of Montana's missing person reports, and the figure is likely underreported, meaning the actual percentage is probably higher. Freda's case remains open and solved, but the family holds out hope that they will one day be reunited. Freda's cousin, Albling Goodluck, said, "I have that hope for her kids. I have that hope she will come home." Her sister Frances added, "There's never a day, goes a day, an hour, a minute, a second without thinking of her. Our family is not the same without her. Our family is not the same without her. Any information regarding Freda's disappearance, current whereabouts, should contact the Crow Agency Bureau of Indians Affairs at 406-638-2631 or the Montana Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 406-444-288-2800. Let me repeat that number again, 406-444-28800. So the timeline of that, if you just happen to be there at the time when this happened, on 2015, 1 year before her disappearance, Freda's behavior began to noticeably change. Freda's sister reported that Freda had started to come and go from the family home and would disappear for days at a time. She fell on tough times and started to hang out with the wrong people, according to family members. That was in 2015. October 18, 2016, Freda calls her friend from a Walmart, asks for money to get her home to Crow Agency, Montana. She promised her 3 children that she would take them trick-or-treating on Halloween. October 18, 2016, Freda friend transfers her money and calls her back. According to her sister Frances, when her friend initially sent the money, she misspells Freda's name. Frances further explained that the friend assumed that Freda will be able to claim the money at the customer service counter the following morning. Freda's phone is not working and the money was never picked up. November 14, 2016, Freda's family files a missing person report. On November 14, after she misses her aunt's funeral, they have been close. So police say there's a little they could do because she's an adult. December 11, 2016, a second missing person report is filed for Freda. December 16th, few resources state that there's a potential sighting of Freda in Hardin, Montana, just a few days before Christmas in 2016. The sighting was never confirmed. July 2018, that they are asked if they knew what a hot shot. Let me repeat that. They are asked if they know what a hot shot is, and tell that once you take that stuff, you forget where you are. So I guess it's a type of drug that they think they may take, so you forget who you are and get amnesia. So that is where we are at right now. And like I said, any information that you may have on Freda, please contact the numbers that I supply with you. And I'll repeat the numbers again that I gave you. And that is 406-638-2631. That's the Agency of Bureau of Indians Affairs and Montana Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 406-444-2800. Even if you don't think it's helpful, it could be helpful. Just doesn't hurt to call and find out. So I did set up my Missing Miles Facebook group, so you could join that if you want. missingmiles@gmail.com. If you want to email me anybody that you may know might be missing or unsolved murder that needs attention. And with that, I will leave you with a clip that I found on YouTube from Murder in the Rain. It's a podcast that's going to be at the True Crime Podcast Convention, I believe. They were there last year, but you need to check them out. And with that, I'll leave you to them.
Tuesday, a little more than 7 years ago, a Washington State mother of 3 disappeared, never to be seen again.
Our friends from Murder in the Rain podcast have the story.
Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesday. Today we are seeking information surrounding the 2016 disappearance of Freda Jane Knowshisgun. On October 18, 2016, 34-year-old Freda Jane Knowshisgun was seen at the Kennewick, Washington Walmart. She was awaiting a money order from a friend, but because of a spelling error, Freda would have to wait until the following day to pick up the money. She never did. When Freda didn't show up at a beloved family member's funeral in November, she was reported missing to police. A major hang-up in investigating Freda's disappearance was that she was a member of the Crow Nation in Montana, but spending time in Yakima. This has led to confusion and lack of communication between states and agencies. To this day, Freda is still not listed as a missing person in Washington. Her mother told the Yakima Herald in 2021 that she has not received a single update from any investigator or officer. When Freda was last seen at the Kennewick Walmart on October 18, 2016, she was 5'5" and 160 pounds. She has brown eyes and brown hair that was to her waist. She sometimes uses names Knowshisgun or Knowshisgun, as in 3 separate words. She has a scar on her right elbow and several tattoos, including 3 names on her back and Knowshisgun in a banner. Her case is still being handled by the Crow Agency Bureau of Indian Affairs, and they can be reached at 406-638-2631.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another True Crime Tuesday.